Carrie Lake gives an update on her campaign for the Senate. One America's Daniel Baldwin has more.
We're in Hialeah, Florida with Carrie Lake, Senate candidate, new Senate candidate Carrie Lake. Carrie, a new poll came out showing you leading the race by 1%. Give us a quick update on where things stand. You're obviously running against radical left Democrat Ruben Gallego and most likely independent Kyrsten Sinema, aka the Prada Socialist.
Yes, she's self-admitted. She said she was the most liberal legislator in the state of Arizona, and now she's trying to fool the people into thinking she's some sort of a moderate. It's laughable. All you have to do is look at her record. She voted with Joe Biden and Chuck Schumer more often than Bernie Sanders, and now she's coming to Arizona and trying to fool us into thinking she's moderate. Regardless, I'll run against both of them or one of them, but I'm going to run with an Arizona First agenda, an America First agenda, to restore a secure border, to restore a good economy that people can afford to get by in, and to make sure that we have a national security. Right now, we're not safe in our own country as we watch millions of people pour in. We saw what happened in Israel with these Hamas terrorists, and you know that all they have to do is pick up the phone and activate cells that are already right here in America. And so we need to help Israel wipe out Hamas so that they do not trigger and set off their cells that are in our own country. And then we need to figure out who the hell is here, who's come across that border, who wants to do us harm. I have a plan as well to tackle the chronic street homelessness, and I know that President Trump wants to tackle that. So when I get to Washington, D.C., I want to work with President Trump on these America First issues, make sure we can get them through the Senate. I will be a fighter for his policies and the policies that help Arizona.
And that homeless policy was something that you really emphasized in your run for governor, something that a lot of the local media refused to ask you questions about, if I do say so.
Well, they did because they know that all of the people want this crisis handled. And of course the media is on the Democrat side, the local media is, and so they didn't want to ask it because they know it was an incredible policy. And you know what, that's okay, we can do it from a federal level. We've got to change the way we're dealing with the homeless population because what we're doing is prolonging their misery and ruining quality of life in communities all across the country. Namely, the #1 growing homeless population is in Ruben Gallego, my opponent's district. He has the fastest growing homeless population. He's got crime that's on the rise, and he's done nothing about it.
Real quick, Carrie, Tuesday night saw election losses really across the board for Republican candidates. It wasn't a great result for Republican candidates, and people are largely talking about Republicans struggling to message on abortion. You specifically don't seem to have that problem. You have one of the most articulate, well thought out messaging platforms on abortion. Can you just break down for our audience what your stance is on the issue?
You know, I'm a mother. I'm the only mother in the race for U.S. Senate in Arizona, and I want to protect women and children and babies, and I want to make sure that women, when they do walk into an abortion clinic, actually have a choice. Right now, they don't have a choice. They walk in, they're not even asked why they're there, if there's anything that could be done to help them have that baby. You know, many women are walking into abortion clinics right now. They can't afford to have a baby. They don't think they can afford it. There's help for women who are in that predicament. There's help for women who don't think they could take care of a baby. There's adoptive services. So I'd like to make sure we're pushing those and offering those to women to give them true choices. Because Daniel, you ask any mother on the planet, you ask any mother in this rally, any mother you run across, what is the greatest gift, what is the greatest accomplishment, what is the greatest joy in life? And they'll say, it's being a mother. I challenge you to find one mother on the planet who regrets having a baby. But conversely, you ask a woman who's walked into an abortion clinic and made that tragic choice if they regret that, and many, a huge number regret that and take that regret throughout their whole life. So all I want to do is provide more options. You know, frankly, if we never changed the single abortion law, we could bring abortions down by supporting women, making sure that, you know, President Trump talks about it, baby bonuses. They do that in Hungary. They never changed a single abortion law in Hungary, and they cut the number of abortions in half by supporting families, giving them a tax break, a tax bonus if they have kids. We should be encouraging people to have families. It's such a beautiful thing, and I think as Republicans, we have a great story to tell when it comes to that.
Carrie Lake, we appreciate your time. You're truly the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Daniel.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.